I think that with the current state of affairs in the world, there's a lot of uncertainty. And there's a lot of, I feel like there's a big fog that's kind of rolling through the general consciousness of people not knowing what's happening, where we're going. People are kind of, just all discombobulated, trying to figure out what's going on and what to do next. And, I myself get caught up on that as well, as we were talking about before we got on here, is like, having some of those thoughts of, I don't want this to happen, I don't want that to happen.
Right.
But, I'm telling people all day, every day not to do that. I'm telling people to focus on what you do want. And so I kind of came to that realization over the weekend, being up in Vermont with my girlfriend, was, recognizing some of those limiting beliefs and some of those, weeds, I like to call them, the thoughts that are weeds. If the mind is a garden, got some weeds in there, some vines that are kind of strangulating some of the positive thoughts, the positive plants in there, and kind of coming to terms that I've been focusing a lot on what I don't want, which is creating a lot of cloudiness in my vision of what I do want. Spending too much time, trying to prepare for kind of doomsday prep in a sense of, as we talked about before, trying to make sure we got all this extra food in case there's a lockdown, buying silver in case the U.S. dollar goes to shit, like whatever we're thinking about, which is good to be aware of and good to, be prepared, but not spending so much time and energy on that. And I think it kind of comes down to, you were saying, just taking the shot, like just act. Stop thinking so much is the message I've been telling myself. Stop ruminating on your thoughts. Stop thinking about what you would do if this happened and that happened in a negative view. Flip that script to, what can I do now and what can I do to focus on what I do want and start visualizing and manifesting that positive route that I'm going, which, I was doing for a while, but those weeds just kind of slowly crept in to a point that I didn't realize that they were encompassing a lot of my mind. So for me personally, I'm really focusing on the rest of this year is just planting as many seeds as I can of positive thoughts, positive, visualizations, manifestations, and creating as much value as I can for people in this day and age, writing more of the children's books like I've been doing, creating more content, just showing up in a way that allows people to see what's possible in an era of, isolation, in a time of you shouldn't be taking risks, in an era of you should be staying home, staying in your lane. But, it's important to continue to try new things and weather the storm. We gotta go through the eye of the storm, because in the eye of the storm, that's where it's the most calm. So we got to getting to that place, I think, is, a big focus of mine, planting as many seeds within my own mind and into the world. So I feel that I'm in a seed planting phase, and I think that also, contributes to what Ice and Iron is. How can we plant as many seeds? We talked about creating a Slack group, which we will be doing, before the next event, a way that we can continue to nourish the people within our community